What's going on, Infected? It's Wolf with Quarantine, and today I'm going to be building another insert. Now, some of you guys may have seen me build these before, but this time I'm doing the Shire from Meeple Realty. Now, I should, provided when these get edited and uploaded, whole 9 yards, these should be within about 2 days of each other, because I try to get a bunch of videos recorded, get them edited, and get them scheduled about 2 days apart, so that way I appease YouTube's dumb algorithm. But as you see back here, I have War of the Ring, I have all the expansions, I do have the Treebeard promo, so if, hopefully this will be after the unboxing, maybe it's before, but either way, if you do watch that unboxing as well, the Treebeard card that's in there, the rules specifically say to replace the promo Treebeard card. And that's what it's for. So, pretty much what I thought. But, yeah, I'm basically just going to listen to an audiobook, so I'll have that music in the background. Me building it'll be super sped up, and we'll just dive right into it, and afterwards I'll talk about it, basically. Alright, so this is everything put in the box and ready to go. Now, disclosure, I guess, this is recorded the day after, because I did have to glue a couple pieces. I wanted to make sure the glue was set, and I got my card sleeves in today that fit this game, so I wanted to wait till that was there as well, so I can show you that everything fits in here perfectly fine. So, as you see, everything is pretty solid. It should, from what I've seen here, it should sit on the shelf sideways with no problems. I don't actually have this stored sideways because it's positioned on the shelf. It wound up not working out that way. Which I may rearrange my shelf now. But you got the player references for the expansion, rulebook for expansion, rulebook for the other expansion, player reference sheets, which I don't know how relevant those are anymore, and the two boards sit just fine like that on top of it. Now, I usually use the hunt track or the hunt tokens. I put them in a black velvet bag. That way you pull out and see what you got. This doesn't come with the game, so just kind of a heads up. So you got these tokens here. It has the hunt tracks, the tokens, or the hunt token, the ring token, stuff like that. However, one thing I thought was weird, because this is supposed to be able to fit everything from all the expansions just fine, but I couldn't find a good place to fit the new ring tokens. It says that they're supposed to go here, but then they'd be like sticking up like that, so I just wound up sticking up sideways like that. So just kind of a heads up. Other than that, everything else fits perfectly fine. And then now you have, I'll show you these in a second. Let me make sure. There we go. You have the different armies. I have given each player their own dice. I eventually want to make them blue dice and red dice, but I found these really neat blue and red colored dice. And I'm going to come back to these as well, because these are pretty cool. We got these here each. The Forces of Good and Evil both have their own little tray here that has tokens for them, stuff like that. And then I'll get to these in a minute. Let's pull these out. So these, when you pop this open, has all of the armies separated. Now, I have painted the bottoms of all the bases, but what I might wind up doing is just like spray painting these red, these orange, and these yellow, and just covering them fully, and then eventually just painting these. But as you see, everything in here fits just fine. There are a couple times you basically just have to, when you put everything in, make sure you look at it this way and that there's nothing sticking up above. So this way, this sits onto it just fine and will sit reasonably flat. So it's one thing you do have to pay attention to. Let me get this, and then I'll do the card sleeves last, I suppose. But same thing with the Free Peoples. Which also, if you didn't notice, it has the Free Peoples starting setup, which is pretty cool. With that said, a lot of these places I have no idea where they're at. So I wind up having to look at the rulebook, but it's not that big of a deal. What I may do is, I think there's something on Board Game Geek that has a printout of the map for each player and shows what goes where, so that way I'll just put that in here as well. But it's the exact same thing. However, this one is a lot more particular about, you have to make sure that some of these are going to be flush. So now the cool part. So these card holders, if you notice, I just sleeved these so they're a little, they still have air in them, which anybody who's familiar with card sleeves knows how much of a pain in the ass that is. So you have, that was actually the tin for the sleeves. But yeah, these hold all the cards. So this would just go to the bad guy. I cannot for the life of me remember what they're called all of a sudden, but let's see, Shadow Army, that's what I was going for. You have all the cards, they all fit in here, they're all sleeved. Even each person has their own little divider, which I've just put that the divider keeps the players, or the alternate characters that you're only going to use if you're using a certain variant. From what I understand, oh damn it. Well, I meant to keep those separated. But yeah, apparently if you're using a certain variant, which I haven't actually played with any of the expansions yet, I own them, haven't gotten it to the table yet with the expansions, trying to tonight. But apparently if you're playing with a certain variant, then you would use those instead. So as you see, everything fits in here just fine. Now the Free Peoples is exactly the same. Free People, where they have the Fellowship and a lot more characters, they have a lot more, so that's why they're popping out all over the place. It wouldn't be as bad if I didn't put this divider in here, but I'm trying to keep something on top of this to get all the air out. But we are going to go with the Shadow Army to show you what is also cool about this. So you take these cards out, you put them off to the side of the board, and you're ready to go. But what you do is you take this and you open it up, and of course you have your faction cards, which I think that's what those are. But here's where the cooler part is. You're going to take the bottom part that was sitting right here where the card sits on. You're going to take this out. You're going to take this middle piece out. You close this, flip it over, and put it right here. Put that there. I think that's where that goes. Yeah. Slap that bad boy right there. And then you take this and put it, I can't find the hole. It's a weird how I've been married this long. I mean, but now you have a dice tower with a dice tray, which I thought was really, really cool, because that way it gives you a place to roll. Because one of the things with this game that you'll find out after playing it is there's going to be a lot of stuff going on the board, and a lot of the time you can't afford to accidentally have a stray die roll and move units around, stuff like that, because it can be very, very important. So now the fact that I have, I think you start out with 4, the fact that I have, everybody has their own dedicated area to roll dice, and they're not going to go everywhere, I really, really like. And then the fact that they're dual functionality, when you're done, pull this up, slide this out, put this back here, and bada bing, bada boom, you put the cards back in, and you're good to go. But that is the insert for War of the Ring from Meeple Realty. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time in the quarantine.